Okay, so usually I make speedrun tutorials, and I made one for the Crystal Peaks Darkroom that is just to my right here. And a lot of the comments that I got were people that were casually playing through the game and were just genuinely stuck at this darkroom. And so, while that video does help you get through the dark room without the lantern, that's not the intended casual experience. And there are a lot of people that have gotten to this room before and have had to go back and figure out how to get the lantern to casually get through the room as intended. And I just thought it would be really helpful to make a video that also describes that process for the casual players, so that they're not forcing themselves to do speedrun tech to get through a casual part of the game. So first off, we'll want to go to the left from here, and you'll want to go into this other semi-dark room. And you can just kind of make your way down here. It's pretty safe to just fall not too far from the door, and you'll want to grab this bench. You'll also want to grab this bench when doing that dark room that we were just ahead of. But from here, you're going to go to the left. And we'll just go ahead and pass by this enemy a little bit. And once we get up here to where you can see the conveyor belt on the left there, just go ahead and climb up this wall like you probably did to get the crystal heart earlier. And then we'll just climb up some more and just make our way past these enemies. And then you want to get up to this part here where the sign is. So to the left here is going to be Cornifer selling maps, unless you already got his maps and then he leaves you a little present here. From this point, you'll want to use the crystal heart to dash all the way across the room. And then you'll mainly just make your way back through this area that requires a lot of crystal dashes to get through. And you can just use the crystal dash for safety here. You can dash there as well, but crystal dash is a lot safer. And then once you exit here, there is an elevator. If you hit this lever, it opens up this elevator. You can hop in, and you can hop out early if you want, or you can ride it all the way down. It's up to you. But you're back at Dirtmouth, so that gets you back out of Crystal Peak. The other thing we should probably talk about is how to get Sly and the Lantern. So I'll be right back with that. So the first thing you'll need to do to get the Lumafly Lantern is you'll need to find Sly in the Forgotten Crossroads. The easiest way to do this is, if you've already gotten the Crossroads Stag Station, you can just stag over to Crossroads, and then we'll just pop down here a couple rooms. And in this arena, you will fight the Gruzmother if you haven't already. So to the right here, I should mention, is Salubra's hut. So from Salubra's hut, you just go left to the first open doorway, and there is Sly. And you can talk to him, and then once you're done talking to him, he'll go back to Dirtmouth. So the Lumafly Lantern requires 1800 Geo. Which is quite a bit. So you're going to want to pick up some things that give you more Geo, obviously. And you want to sell a lot of things to Lim in the City of Tears. And one of those things is actually up here. This is a little easier with wings, but you can do it without. But you just go ahead and pogo over here, and you can grab this relic here. And it's worth a couple hundred. And then if we keep going in the City of Tears, if you go in this door, there are a bunch of enemies that give you a decent amount of Geo as well. But if you pass through the secret entrance, there is a gorgeous husk here. And he gives, I think, a little over 400 Geo. If you continue on left, So if you go up into these rafters, there is a relic over here as well that you can pick up. It's a little dangerous with the flyboys. And then once you gather more relics, I'll go ahead and show you where Lim is as well. He's just past this big guy here and down the hole. So you'll want to hit that lever. If he's not here, you'll have to go to the fountain just below this and to the right. And then once you talk to him there, you'll be able to take the elevator that's over here back up to come up and sell to him. But yeah, once you talk to him, he'll buy these off of you. They're actually $450. I thought they were $250. So that's even better. So that's an easy way to get almost 1,000 geo right there, just off of those two relics. It is worth noting that there is a geo container up here as well. It doesn't give you a whole lot, but it's like 30. It's still worthwhile. Okay. We're back in Green Path. There are also a couple of places that you can get some good geo here, so we'll go ahead and cover that. And obviously, an easy way back to Green Path is to get the Stag Station. So let's pop out here from the Stag Station, and the first thing that we want to get that's decent money is going to be through this breakable wall, but there's going to be a friend here, so we're going to get rid of him. And there's another relic. It's worth a couple hundred. It's not worth that much, but every little bit helps when you're trying to get the Lumafly Lantern. Those guys don't give that much geo, but these Moss Knights do, so you'll want to go ahead and get rid of them if you can. They give 40 geo each, and also grubs. I didn't mention grubs, but if for every grub that you bring back to the Grub Daddy in Dirtmouth, you get geo for it, so pick up the grubs. But over here, there are two more Moss Knights. And they're a little tricky to fight, so you'll definitely want to bring some firepower with you. You'll want to make sure you have some geo, or some soul for this fight, but they drop 40 each, and then there are usually geo rocks up here, and then also down here somewhere. So all combined, killing those two Moss Knights and then the geo rocks that are normally in this area adds up to 200 geo also. So just from being in Green Path, we already have 400 geo. The next place is close to where you would have saved Zote. I didn't save Zote in this file just because the speedrun doesn't. But you can go to the right here, and at this top exit here, just go ahead and go right. And you'll be at probably the farthest down room of Howling Cliffs. So if you climb your way up, there is a narrow passage here that you have to dash through, so that's no problem. And then a fake chest, and if you fall through the fake chest, you end up against boulders. And so if you get rid of them, they obviously give a lot of geo, so we'll just get rid of them like we would have normally. And that's 90, almost 100 geo. But behind them is also a charm that you want. So, little bonus. If you continue up, there is also a grub waiting to be rescued. And if you continue to the left here, which is nice and easy to do with the Crystal Dash, but it's understandable if you don't have it at this point. Then there is another relic here. Alright, so between the things that we've picked up in Green Path and the very base of Howling Cliffs, let's go ahead and head back to Lim, and I'll get to show you how much money we gain from it. Okay, we're back at Lim to sell the relics that we got, and it looks like we have 1,000. I mean, that's not terrible. So we'll go ahead and sell that. The one at the base of Howling Cliffs is worth quite a bit, so you'll definitely want to get that. It's worth 800 geo by itself. But just over the course of making this tutorial and fighting enemies along the way, I have almost 2,400 geo. So hopefully that helps you out some in getting the money for the Lumafly Lantern. Those relics really go a long way if you can find them in the world and then bring them back to Lim. It's a great way to make Geo in the game. There are also plenty of places where there are enemies that drop a pretty good amount of Geo, and you can farm those over and over to get Geo as well. And Green Path has a lot of Geo rocks as well, so that's a great way for you to make a little bit more Geo as well. So, now that we have enough Geo for the Lumafly Lantern, I'm going to show you where to get the Lumafly Lantern. So back at the main City of Tears Stag Station, we're just going to go up to the Dirt Myth Station, which is always the first one on the list. And then we'll pop up this elevator here. You can climb up instead of waiting on it. I apparently haven't been to the Dirt Myth Station, so I forgot to hit the lever. Alright, so over here to the left of Elderbug is Sly's store. And if you pop in here and talk to him, he has a glowing present for you for 1800 Geo. That is the Lumafly Lantern. And yeah, once you buy that, let's go ahead and see the difference in the darkroom as well. So you can already see a difference even in this semi-dark room. The Lumafly Lantern just lights things up very prominently. But it's even better in this room because now you can actually see the room. Let's get rid of him. He's kind of annoying. But yeah, you can very clearly see how to get through this path. And this is the casual way that you're expected to clear this room. So if you get to this room and you don't have a light source, you should go back following the steps in this tutorial. Get the Lumafly Lantern. Save yourself a lot of trouble. Because you'll need the Lumafly Lantern for other dark rooms as well later in the game. But yeah, hopefully you found this informative, and hopefully this helped you to get unstuck from Crystal Peaks, and to pick up the Lumafly Lantern as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more speedrunning and tutorial content. I'll see you next time. Bye!